Although there's only like 3 Namekians that we're aware of. Like there's Piccolo. There's shit. Who was the guy that he merged with?
Nail.
Nail.
And Kami. Kami's the god who created the Dragon Balls. Piccolo's part of him.
That's right. And then who was the fat one from the Frieza saga?
Guru.
So there's 4. There's 4 that we're aware of.
I mean, there's definitely more than that, but sure.
Okay, so there's 4 that I'm aware of. This is...
Oh, God. Jesus.
I mean...
Well, that's our cold opening for the episode this week.
Yep.
We are back in the utopia of the fat fella? I don't know.
Utopia of the fat fella. Yeah. Mount Stupid Studios. That's what it is. Or, no, shit, we did have another name for it. Studio of a Fat Fella.
Oh, Jesus.
Studio of a Fat Fella. That's what we're going to go with.
That's what we're going to go with?
Yep. What's up, everybody? Coming back at you once again with episode 13. Lucky number 13.
1-3.
1-3. Not done on a Friday, apparently to our detriment. And I have angered people with that, apparently.
No. I didn't say that we had to do it on a Friday. I said that our topic should have been about Friday the 13th, the movies.
See, then I would have had to watch Friday the 13th, the movies.
Fuck. I mean,
I am the fat fella himself, Matt Jones. He is Jay Spoon, Josh Witherspoon. We are already getting the audaciousness started. Starting off with a little Dragon Ball conversation. But for those of you who follow us on our Instagram or saw the thumbnail for this video, you might be able to pick up on what we're going to talk about.
Pick up what we're putting down.
Yep. We have put it down very subtly. We're going to need you to pick it up and run with it. But yes. So just, let's start off as we normally do. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. It's another not so hot week as it was last time, but still pretty mildly tempered out there. Apparently there is a luxurious heat wave in the Pacific Northwest, and unfortunately, they don't have the luxury of getting AC as a commodity in their homes. So a lot of people are experiencing 100-degree weather and no relief. So
Portland was 116 the other day.
Yeah, and there's a cold streak going on, it was a little bit colder in Texas than normal. But it's just, I don't know what the plan is doing. Or I know what the plan is doing, but
Texas once again, and I shouldn't be shocked about this because you know what? You've got Florida man who, when you hear things about Florida, you just expect ridiculousness. Yeah. I'm going to start calling Texas companies because companies in Texas do the most ridiculous shit. Because apparently, if you have a smart thermometer in Texas, it was so hot and it was putting so much pressure on their privately owned power grid that they were logging into people's thermostats and turning the heat up.
Oh.
Yeah, like jackasses.
Oh, God. Well, everything's better in Texas or bigger in Texas, right?
Right? That's where we have our freedoms to do whatever the company in which we're under contract chooses. That's why I'm never going to move to Texas.
No. All right. So, So how's everything going for you?
You know what? Not bad. We didn't talk about this last week, or we may have touched on it. I don't know. I have a shitty memory.
Okay.
But definitely was out of AC when Sacramento was having its heat wave. Lost our AC the Friday, not last Friday, but the Friday before.
Okay, yeah.
Got it fixed the next Tuesday. So Tuesday before our last episode,
yes,
we had a guy come out and fix it. It was a busted voltage regulator or something like that. Which makes me happy that I didn't try to fix it myself.
Yeah. Because
I definitely thought it was the capacitor.
Ah, Jesus.
Not the flux capacitor. We'll get to that later.
Fluxing.
But yeah, no, the voltage regulator went out. So we didn't have AC when it was like, 105, 106 out. Shit, 110, I think, one day.
Okay.
Yeah. So, shout out, though, Colonel Lane, for letting me and my wife borrow their AC unit. Now I think we have talked about it because I remember talking about the AC unit last week. But then again, we have conversations off camera.
Yeah. So who knows? Who knows what we actually spoke about.
Yeah,
So,
but you can feel the air now.
Yes.
It's not that bad.
Yes, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, it's a clean 70 degrees in here.
Oh, God.
Well, where does your AC go out? Because I need it to be the Arctic. So, yeah.
Fair.
So, yeah, just getting through. I got Friday off, so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got a nice little 4-day weekend coming up. How about you?
Nope, not me. I go back to work tomorrow until Sunday when I get my time off for Sunday and Monday. But,
Man,
that's about it.
That's rough. But you got yourself a little 4-day weekend then. Because if you got Sunday, Monday off,
Yeah.
and you get your regular weekend.
Yeah.
Also, you tired? Am I boring you?
Oh, God. Nope, just...
Chat, we need you all to start talking. Keep Spoon over here awake.
Oh, okay. Oh, my gosh.
The attacks have already started. Oh, man. Catch any basketball?
Yes, the playoffs are turning more and more into just the who has the better training squad because everybody's just getting injured. So,
I mean, isn't that what the playoffs are supposed to be, though?
I
It's
guess.
about longevity.
Jesus.
All right.
Okay, so all the stars are getting injured, though.
Fuck the Stars.
All right, well.
I mean, you got Kawhi out with some knee injury.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Booker's got a broken nose.
Yep.
And apparently he's playing like trash ever since he broke his nose.
Yeah.
I haven't been paying that much attention.
Yeah. It's hard to shoot in that mask, man.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of good mask shooters.
Rip Hamilton was the only one that I can recall. And then even when he, his face got better and he tried to take off his mask, he was worse. So he's like, no, I'm just going to keep it on then.
Well, and he played for the Pistons. So it was like, as long as he could play defense, it really didn't matter.
Oh, Jesus.
If he put up 6 points a game, he was fine. Because the Pistons were going to hold their opponents to under 80.
True.
So,
True.
I mean, didn't really matter.
Fair enough.
Speaking of Pistons, Bill Laimbeer, didn't he also wear a mask?
For a little bit.
Like a savage.
Oh, God.
What up, Monica?
Bill Laimbeer.
Yes, Bill Laimbeer is a savage, and nobody could tell me any different. Although he was also apparently a dick, which I'm just accepting it.
He still is.
He still is. Oh, man. I was watching the video.
Him and Isaiah.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Bad Boys Pistons. I didn't realize that their coach, I can't remember his name, coach for the Cleveland Cavaliers before that. Secret Base has a really good series on them. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got brought into to Cleveland to clean them up, and I think he lasted like 2 seasons. And he's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, Cleveland was still, they were on the ups too in that time because they had Mark Price, and he was doing pretty decent. He was an All-Star at that point as well too, and I mean the Bulls had to play them in the first round in the first year and bounce them. So
they weren't a bad team, but there was a statistic that they were showing. They didn't have a first-round draft pick for something like 6 years out of the 80s. And 4 out of 6 of the players that were picked in the first round with their picks, Hall of Famers.
Yeah. And that's what happens when you just give away your future.
Can't get rid of first-round picks. Cannot. Oh man, so yeah, and then in the East is looking a little rough because Trey's out, bone bruise, and then Giannis. Did you see that last night?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god, I can't
No
bring myself.
No structural damage though.
No.
Oh
my god.
No, he's good. He's just got some soreness, so I don't think he'll play next game, but he'll be back. He'll be back probably for game. It's going to go to game 6, so he'll be back for game 6.
Who are you calling in that series?
Tough to tell. If Trae Young is out longer than Giannis, then I say the Bucks, because I can't see the Hawks winning 2 more games without Trae Young.
If it comes down to a game 7, Giannis and Trae are in. Who you got?
Game 7, it's gonna have to be. It's gonna be the Bucks. I think.
Really?
No, I don't know. It's tough. I don't think Trae's gonna have the explosiveness coming back though. Like Giannis doesn't need the explosiveness. He just needs to be the big body in the middle.
Yeah.
Like Trae is the one that's handling the ball, bringing it up the court, trying to be explosive to get to the rim. He's doing a lot. Whereas Giannis just needs to be there to be in the middle so that Capella can't get lobs all day long.
See, and I'm gonna call. Oh, I'd put my money on Atlanta, just because traditionally speaking, Milwaukee crumbles.
Because you're listening to Shaq. Oh, yeah, the Milwaukee does crumble, though, because, oh, God, what was it? Because the Bulls beat them by like 43 points.
Yeah, they crumble.
Damn, out of the playoffs one year, it was great.
Yeah, pressure is not Milwaukee's thing. But here's my thing. If I want Los Angeles to lose, I don't want the Clippers in because I don't want LA anywhere near this championship.
Oh my God.
Even with the Clippers, the Clippers are the secondary damage in this one. Mm. So I want the Suns to go. I'm putting my money on the Suns just because it's a fuck LA.
My 93 Bulls can't put money on the Suns, so
it's fair. But if it's Suns, Atlanta, I think that's going to be a good series. If it's Suns, Milwaukee's getting the championship. Because Ayton will be in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Every single game.
Yeah.
Just because he's going up against Giannis.
Yeah.
Giannis. Antetokounmpo. I see his last name better than his first name.
The Greek freak. Just the Greek freak. That's how you get it.
But yeah, no, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm loving the sports reporting world right now shitting themselves because there's not a superstar or a super team in the playoffs right now. And it's like, yeah, if you would have just spent the last year reporting on what was actually happening in the world of fucking basketball, you'd be ready for this. Yep. But instead, you were like, well, LeBron's not there and neither are the Nets. We don't know what to talk about.
Yeah.
It's because you're terrible at your job.
Wait, yeah. It happens.
Yeah. I say that without actually listening to any of them.
Moving quite along there. So, in terms of our... Oh, you didn't put it there? I thought it was going to be there, too.
Oh, what?
The logo, the futurists, the Bacterists.
Oh, I almost did. So what he's talking about is the logo down at the bottom, the Arena of Audacity, episode 13. The font though.
Okay.
It's Back to the Future font. That's what we're gonna get into, ladies and gentlemen.
That is.
You should really start following our Instagram because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start dropping little hints on what we're gonna talk about, what our main topic is gonna be. There's going to be little hints on our Instagram. And if you follow our Instagram, you know what this one is.
So, Back to the Future.
Uh-huh.
Oh, 3-movie trilogy. Probably one of the better 3-movie trilogies that has ever come out in cinema.
One, we're okay with moving along. Yeah, Monica, we get it. You're like, oh, sports ball. We get it.
Sports ball.
Yeah, one of the rare occurrences of a trilogy where all 3 movies pretty much stand the test of time.
Yeah. Well, and I think that was...
Along with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Oh, God, no. You almost got me there. Turtles 3 or Turtles in Time or whatever the hell they want to call it was a terrible audacity of a movie.
We've gone through this. We'll have this full debate later on at another episode, but we've gone through this. But yeah, so and this is what brought this up. A couple days ago, at a friend's house, we're looking for a movie just to put on, and I suggested Back to the Future. Okay, so we put it on.
Yep.
And then the scene comes on where they're in the parking lot of the mall, Twin Pines. Okay. Until it becomes Lone Pine. And every time I see this scene, it occurs to me, what fucking difference does it make that the DeLorean goes 88 miles per hour?
Because that was its top speed.
It's the safest speed it can go. Well, it's not NCAA basketball. That's right. You're an NCAA fan.
Wait, but that's true, though. The DeLorean can only go 88 miles per hour. That's the top speed of that car.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, my God. I need to research that now. I mean, I know that it had a very underpowered, underwhelming motor in it. And it was made from, polished steel, brushed aluminum or something like that.
Something crazy.
But... and this is the problem, is that I'm going to put logic to this, though. Okay. There's nothing on the outside of the DeLorean, and chat, get in on this with us, that knows it's going 88 miles per hour with the exception of the speedometer. Like, it doesn't matter. If you're talking about revs, then you would need to go off of RPMs.
Well, I mean, But in terms of the way that,
We're getting to your comment in a moment, Janelle.
in terms of the way that Doc Brown created this time machine, it needed to go at the maximum speed in order for it to be able to activate the flux capacitor. Correct?
But here's the problem with that.
Okay.
The car wouldn't care.
Well, not the car.
The car would care about the RPMs. Because, again, there's nothing on it that knows it's going 88 miles per hour. So if you're getting power, something is spinning.
Yeah.
You would have to connect the rotational whatever to the tires. And that doesn't make sense. Because to get the tires to be spinning at 88 miles per hour, you could just attach that to the transmission or the crankshaft. Not the crankshaft, but whatever the fuck coming out of the motor. I should know this.
Christ.
I bought
Aren't you
a car.
rebuilding a car?
We haven't gotten to the engine yet. You can connect it to something in the engine that spins at 88 miles per hour, and then you would get there like that. You wouldn't have to have the flames. You wouldn't run into anything. You wouldn't destroy anything. It'd be more stable.
But then that's defeating the whole purpose of the movie. Like, you're getting up to speed to go back in time so that therefore you can experience the
ludicrous speed.
So yes, I understand what you're saying, but I think in terms of the way that everything has to come together, let's take it out of the context of, okay, so you got the car, you got the flux capacitor, but then maybe the way that the flux capacitor works is that outside of the huge, because it needs a huge power source, right? It needs 1.21 gigawatts of power for it to be able to go back.
Need to produce 1.21 gigawatts of power. Yes.
So you can't, in terms of the way that he's having the engine do it. That's why. Like, if you do it off of RPMs, you couldn't just sit there, hold the brake, and try to rev it up and get the power.
But you could.
Combustion that you needed.
You could though, because the engine. The engine isn't constantly upping its speed. That's why you have the transmission, so that the engine can be brought back down to a safe level.
But okay, so look,
the next gear.
As a pure nerd, it would be a boring ass movie if I'm just sitting there and we're just popping the clutch and just sitting there in neutral. It's like, okay, we're gonna get up to 5,000 RPM so that we can go back in time.
And I'm going to disagree with you on that one because today, in the background, whilst I was working, and if my boss is on here, yes, I was working, but in the background, I had Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure on.
Okay.
And we're talking a phone booth.
Yes.
And with the only drama that comes from that is the antenna pops up on top. That's it.
But if the antenna breaks, you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, and they fixed it.
Yes.
With chewing gum and aluminum cans of pudding, which this was 1988. I was 3 years old. I didn't know you had aluminum cans of pudding at that point. I always thought that they came pudding pops.
Oh,
wow.
Okay,
I'm not. I take that back.
Don't do it. Don't do it. We don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Did you know he got freed?
Oh, Jesus. So looking at the concept here, I could do without the third one? Janelle. Wow.
We're going to be a one-income family soon. Oh, baby, you had to always know that was a possibility with me.
Wow. You could do without the third one.
Oh, and Monica's out here saying that she's going to be a snitch. I'll see you. Yeah, she can do without the third one. I'm going to need, this is legitimate. This is legitimate. I'm going to need you to give me a reason for that, because the third one is outside of the first, just because the first is a classic. That one's the fun one, but can be bribed. This is over the internet, Monica. You do realize that bribery now is a felony. Moving on. Oh,
so
whatever, Jay. Anyways,
but I'm sorry.
Hi, by the way.
Welcome in, chat. It's good to have you back. It was lonely with you last week without you being here, but it's okay.
We understand. People got lives. We understand.
But yeah, no.
But again, I'm gonna need your reasoning for this, not third movie nonsense. Anyway, continue.
So you're okay. So, but that's a different scope. You know why Bill and Ted did a phone booth, right?
Because it was easier on the budget, probably.
No.
Oh.
So the original plan was for them to do a van, but they said it was too much like Back to the Future if they did a van, so they decided to do a phone booth instead.
Is that why they had a van in the second one?
Quite possibly.
Which, by the way, tried watching the second one.
Yeah.
Not as good as the first.
No.
I remember it being the other way around as a kid.
No, Excellent Adventure is the better one. Bogus Journey is biff.
Still haven't seen the new one.
Still haven't either. I think I got it recorded. But yeah.
Oh, then I guess I'm going to your house. It's not on HBO Max anymore. And Amazon Prime wants some like $15 to rent it.
Oh, Keanu, what the heck?
I know, right? You're beautiful, Keanu. No, you're beautiful.
But back to the point of, so Back to the Future, the way that movie is carried with the not only the drama of Marty messing up his family almost and almost not being born, but also the drama of the DeLorean and it, not working correctly, getting struck by lightning, having to be converted into a steam engine, like all those different pieces and parts for that to happen with the DeLorean makes that movie even more special. If you just make it, and it's just like, oh, well, we could just, maybe we could just hook this up to a lawnmower real quick and yank the chain, and that'll give us the power we need. Come on.
Now I'm saying we don't. The new one already came. Yeah, the new one already came out a few months ago. And it was on HBO free, I think, for like 2 or 3 weeks. But no, I get it from like a script perspective. Yeah, sure, it's fun that way. All right, but we're going kayfabe on this. All right,
God.
Talk to me like this is kayfabe. Like, talk to me like Doc Brown is a well-known genius. Mm-hmm. Because in my mind, you ain't a genius if you didn't figure that out. And I get it. Oh, we did it for style.
Okay, so let's put it that way then. So Doc Brown was a genius, quote unquote, but he had a lot of failed inventions. This is the only one that actually came to fruition and actually produced fruits of labor. So
I would disagree on that.
I mean, what other invention did he have that did anything for him?
That Rube Goldberg dog feeding machine that he had in the beginning of the movie. Plus that speaker that Marty blew up. It was working very well until he maxed it out.
I'm pretty sure he bought that from somewhere.
I don't see Doc buying much of anything. He's either stealing. Well, the DeLorean he probably bought.
He had his family fortune that he went through building the DeLorean.
Yeah, but he lived in. Oh God, what was the valley they lived in? Hill Valley.
Hill Valley.
Which was supposed to be like just outside of LA.
Yeah, it's probably like Orange County.
Property taxes.
Property taxes.
He had to pay property taxes. He was in a residential house in a commercially zoned area. That's expensive.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right. And you know that he's not getting grandfathered in. This is California we're talking about.
He's the mad scientist. Yes. I mean, technically he is. Technically, he's... I mean, even though he said he built the time machine in order for educational purposes, like, he almost destroyed Marty, the world, because Biff became president. And then he almost destroyed himself when he got stuck in the past. So,
I mean, he didn't almost destroy himself getting stuck in the past.
He got shot by
Well, that's not destroyed. That's killed.
Same thing.
Biff Tannen.
Yeah. Was
that Biff?
No, that wasn't Biff.
Griff. Was it Griff? It was Griff. Mad Dog Tannen.
Yeah, Mad Dog Tannen. Anyways.
Griff, Mad Dog Tannen.
But yes, that would have been destroyed because then he wouldn't have existed in the present anymore because he got killed in the past.
No. His presence still existed.
Ugh.
His presence still existed because it was future him who went back into the past in the second one, who then got struck by lightning when he was trying to get Marty into the DeLorean, but it was flying weird, that sent him into the past. Technically speaking...
He was trying to get the kite off, or the ribbons off.
That's correct. The ribbons were fucking with him.
Yeah.
He would have been fine. his line would have ended, yes, in the past. But everything that had happened in the past already happened. You can't think of it as him going into the past and replacing himself. You have to think about him going into the past and just there being a Doc Brown before Doc Brown was technically born.
Well.
Oh, damn. I got Josh to think. I'm winning this right now.
Well, I'm just trying to think in terms of the way that the story goes. Like nothing ever really happens to, well, except for in the future, he gets put into the insane asylum, and then in the Wild West he gets killed. But in the second one, there was no real.
The insane asylum doesn't count because that timeline was corrected.
Was it though?
Well, and technically speaking, it wasn't corrected. They created a new timeline.
Yeah, they created a new one.
They just found a way back to theirs.
Yes.
But even then, it was a different timeline. Because this is the timeline. Their timeline still existed.
Yeah, this is the timeline where Marty's...
George is
successful and has charisma and confidence, and Marty has, the awesome truck in the garage.
That is a dope-ass truck.
and Biff is, waxing everybody's cars.
All right, we got to read this comment real quick. Switch of Marty trying to save Doc and Doc being an idiot over a woman bothers me. It just messes with the flow of the movie too far off the format that we know and love. I feel like this is an emotional conversation we're going to get into.
So you're upset because of the fact that Doc Brown saved the... what was her name? Eleanor?
No. Oh, damn it.
Well, whatever. They named the ravine after her because she was supposed to fall into it. But he saved her.
Short-ass ravine.
But he saved her. He fell in love. Well, see, that is the same formula because you got to think about it. Because Marty's mom, who fell in love with his dad because he got hit by the car of her dad. So it's still kind of the same in terms of formatically speaking that way.
Clara Clayton.
Ah.
Buford Mad Dog Tanner.
There it is.
Buford. Griff was number 2. Clara. Clayton Ravine.
Yeah.
And then they renamed it to Short Ass Ravine.
Yeah. So I mean, in a roundabout way, it's kind of the same formatic situation in terms of how older people were falling in love with each other, either through some sort of tragedy.
That and...
Disagree. How? It's there. Like the facts are there.
Oh my god. Oh man. Well, and it's also it does. You are correct. You're correct. It changes up the dynamic. It makes Marty the level-headed one, and it makes Doc the emotional one. But we also have to remember Doc went back in time to the West, which he always wanted. I'm delayed, by the way. I don't have my comments over here going on. I don't know why.
It's okay. You got them up there. You're fine.
It's fair. It's fair. They'll come here. Facts. Facts schmacks?
Yeah.
Facts matter. All right.
Do a watch party to rewatch these movies.
We might. We'll definitely get kicked off of whatever platform we're on, but we might.
Well, we wouldn't stream the watch party. It would have to be in like a not watch party on the internet because we don't want to get sued or banned. Anyways,
we'd have it on in the background with only sound coming into our earphones, and then everyone else will just let them know when we press play.
DMCA, because it's music.
Well, as long as we don't show it or play it.
If they hear it, if you hear the music.
Well, just through our headphones, not them.
Oh.
They don't hear it through their headphones.
Okay.
They'd have to have it playing simultaneously. Yeah. So, it switches the dynamic, and I think it needed to switch the dynamic, though.
I mean,
oh, there it is. No, hey.
Yes, we could do
Discord.
that, but
yeah. Delete your comment. Don't let them know. Although Microsoft bought Discord, didn't they? Oh, that fell through.
Microsoft was going to buy them. It fell through, and then Sony bought a small piece of it, but whatever.
Okay.
But going back to the discussion, and then Bill and Ted, we talked about why they changed up from a van to a phone booth, but I felt like the phone booth worked a little bit better for that because of the way that those guys were written, more as the lazy stoner guys. So you don't want them driving a car.
This is also, I'm going to get to a point here real quick, or in just a moment, because I gotta do it just for Janelle. Why mess with something that's not broken? Because this is the third movie. If they just put out another movie, same formula, it wouldn't go over well. But back to the Bill and Ted question, though. When was the last time you watched that movie?
Oh God.
Excellent Adventure is what we're talking about, not Bogus Journey.
Excellent Adventures? We're probably going to say 20 years, maybe.
20 years?
Yeah.
You should rewatch it. It's on HBO Max. It's not behind a paywall. Mm-hmm. So if you got HBO Max.
Yeah.
If you don't, just let me know. But I don't think that was on anybody's mind. Because while, yes, there were no overt drug references, dude, everybody in that movie, with the exception of Bill and Ted, and the historical figures, with the exception of Napoleon, were dicks. They're like some of the worst people you've ever been around.
Okay,
like,
fair enough.
Napoleon was legitimately dropped off with Ted's younger brother. And he was like, hey, just watch him for the next 12 to 18 hours. You don't have to... He did give him money. It was like, take him to a movie.
Yeah.
But Napoleon's an asshole. I get it. But they fucking... He ran away from Napoleon.
Yeah.
Like, you just left a dude from the 16-somethings in the middle of 1988, wherever the fuck they are. Sandina? I don't know. Anyway.
Wild Stallions.
Dick move. Wild Stallions. Like, this is a dick move. Everybody in that movie is a dick. Everybody who isn't the main characters are dicks. And you're like, was this what 1988 was? Like, I feel like we need someone in the chat who was around in 1988 that can tell us. Was everybody just a bunch of fucking assholes? Like, oh no, it's the bodacious decade. Everyone's a dick.
Bodacious decade.
Oh,
Jesus. But still standing by my statement. You didn't want them to be driving around. Okay, so let's say everybody was a dick. So that means you're driving around with a whole bunch of dicks around. Yeah,
it would have made it interesting.
Yeah, nah.
Especially in a van.
Yeah.
Especially if they used the Wild Stallions van from the second movie. I think it was beat the fuck up. It was lime green.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is the most 90s thing to do. Hey, we have an 80s platform. Let's just slap some bright colors on it and say we're good.
Neon it up.
What can I use Saved by the Bell?
Jesus.
Jesus. Zach Morris is trash.
Oh, wow. Oh, I think you're going to be, the comment section is going to be coming after you.
Maybe. Or they also don't like Zach Morris because Zach Morris is trash. But no, I stick by that it didn't need to be 88 miles per hour. Yes, does it add drama? Sure. Sure, it adds drama. It's cool to have the flame lines going between people's legs. It's fun to see him crashing into the porno theater. It's fun little Easter egg when he drives over one of the pines and the mall becomes Lone Pine Mall instead of Twin Pine Mall. Yeah. That's fun. I get it. But doesn't make any sense. I blame my Myers-Briggs for that.
Oh, Jesus.
Blame my Myers-Briggs because I'm gonna.
I think you're taking this out of the scope of it. You're just like, yeah.
It's what we do with like stuff like pro wrestling. This is what makes it fun.
Well, here comes the comments about your Zach comment.
Oh, let's see this. I'm on delay. Here we go. Why are you messing with Zach? Have you gone back and rewatched those episodes? Zach Morris is a terrible person and very selfish and does things for the worst reasons and then just dumps people like it's nothing. Although, okay, so, God, what was this? Probably 5 years ago now? 6 years ago? And Janelle could back me up on this. On an old team that I was on, Logic. He runs everything with Logic. Yes, I do. I make it better.
Jesus.
You know it. But, probably, God, this was probably like early 2015. So, yeah, this was like 6 years ago.
Okay.
One of my old teams that I was on, and Janelle was on this team too. We legit, in between calls, came up with an entire storyline about how Saved by the Bell was basically a drug-fueled dream from Zach Morris, and that none of this happened the way that he thought it did.
Wow.
And that really what it is that him and Screech are high as balls, and he thinks he's the most popular kid in school, when really he wishes he was a popular kid. And so he's making up these daydreams to get through his life because he has one successful parent or maybe two successful parents who don't pay any attention to him, throw cash at him, and tell him basically, well, I paid for shit, so get the fuck away from me. So he's empty inside.
So you're saying that Zach and Screech are the loners, and they're trying to get in with, I don't know what the other guy's names.
Slater.
Okay.
I don't remember the other ones. You're right. Jesse.
I'm sure. Is it a Kelly?
Kelly
Kapowski?
Of
course there was.
Yep.
Why wouldn't there be? So they're fantasizing about being in this group together, but they're not really in the group with them.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Screech is his dealer.
Wow.
Screech comes from a bad home, has connections. He's the dealer.
Wow.
Zach is on all kinds of shit. Not hardcore stuff.
Okay.
Weed, maybe some pills.
Yeah.
It's early 90s. And he just daydreams the entire time.
Yeah.
Which is why everything. I wanted Screech and Urkel to have their own show. That'd have been weird.
Now, I did hear about an episode, because, YouTube's, where I guess they were trying to push the envelope, but they never did, like Family Matters or Fresh Prince did with some of their drug stuff, where one of the female cast members was trying to keep up with her studies, so she was taking pills.
Caffeine pills.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be caffeine pills.
It's supposed to be like lewd. It's
supposed to be speed.
Speed, yeah.
But the network or one of the executives said, "Oh, we can't do that. It can't be a hard drug." So they went with caffeine pills instead.
Yeah, that was. I'm pulling up the cast right now because it's bothering me that I don't remember their names. Jesse Spano. Yeah, Jesse had. She was under a lot of pressure.
AC Slater. What kind of fucking name is that? What kind of bullshit ass name is that?
Oh, they didn't want to come up with a first name.
Jesus Christ!
They're like, you see this kid? You see him? He's fucking solid, like an AC unit. Fuck it, call him AC. Yeah. Oh man, Tiffany Amber Thiessen. First legit crush. I'm not even gonna lie about that. First legit crush, Tiffany Thiessen. Anyway, Jesse was trying to keep her grades up, going for valedictorian, and which is a real thing. I mean, they wanted to show like what was going on. I think Speed was the Jesse the Stripper. God, that was a terrible movie too.
HVAC Slater. Sounded too ridiculous. Oh, it's so true.
This was in Southern California too. They're like, "What's an HVAC?" Oh, it's like when you have like a heater and an AC together, and they're just like, "We don't have heaters."
He's too thick. He's not thick enough to be a heater, but AC though.
Yeah, heaters are those things that you keep in your basement, and this is California. We don't have basements. AC, air conditioning unit Slater. Middle name Unit.
Jesus.
But yeah, I don't know if it was supposed to be Speed or Adderall, or something like that. But yeah, they the network, I believe, chickened out, which is okay. Weird though, not weird, but just kind of coincidental and funny to my brain. Do you know the same thing happened to Spider-Man back in the 70s?
In the 70s?
Yeah.
No.
So in the comic books, they actually wrote. So this is back when comics had to be approved.
Yeah.
They had whatever oversight committee or whatever had to approve all of these. And not Stan Lee. Well, it was Stan Lee and like the main writer of, I think it was Amazing Spider-Man, wanted to do basically a drug PSA because they had friends that were just getting high and doing stupid shit, and they were like, we want to teach kids not to do this. And so Spider-Man was going to come across a kid who was on top of a building and was on LSD and wanted to jump. And Spider-Man would save them. And that got cut. And instead they just made it that the kid was trying to have fun. Look at me, I can fly. With no explanation. Also, comments are blowing up. I love it. Keep commenting. Does Mario Lopez ever age? No. Well, I mean, he gets bigger. Eventually he will be HVAC Slater.
Jesus.
Siblings Vent Slater and Ductwork Slater. Jesus Christ. His child is Insulation Slater.
Oh, wow.
It was before Adderall was given out as candy. Yeah. I don't know. Is Adderall given out like candy? I thought they put the clamps on that.
I mean, that is like the go-to for pediatricians.
Is it still?
It's just like, well, your kid just needs Adderall.
Man, I understand. I'm not going to we're not going to get too deep into this because I understand that there are situations where absolutely you need to have some sort of chemical intervention.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's I mean, I don't know, man. Sometimes I've just seen kids that just need a lot of fucking attention. That's just what it is.
Yep.
Pay our teachers more. Hashtag pay our teachers more. As said from the arena of Audacity, probably the least audacious thing we've ever said. Pay our teachers more.
Yeah.
But yeah, so HVAC Unit Slater wasn't in this world, wasn't actually friends with Zach Morris or Screech.
Okay.
Screech is, because come on, let's be real with ourselves. Why would the most popular kids, now Lisa is technically from the original Saved by the Bell, which was Good Morning Mrs. Whatever. She and Zach and Screech were friends in like junior high.
Okay.
But then they go to Bayside.
Yeah.
And Lisa gets popular. Jesse and AC are dating each other. AC is the cool jock.
Yeah.
And Kelly, now I know that the Kelly and Zach thing, but Screech doesn't make any sense until you start thinking about the drugs.
Oh, Jesus.
And Zach never actually dated Kelly. He just wish he did.
Okay. I mean, this is going
real deep.
Beyond.
Real deep.
Just
yeah.
What was your team actually doing at work?
No, and legit, I shit you not. And this is not to say that we weren't working, because we were working our asses off.
Yeah.
But it was one of those situations where we were so good at our jobs and we were so efficient in what we were doing that it would be the 30, 45 seconds between phone calls. You would just respond to the conversation.
Oh,
and then you would get on your next call.
Okay.
And then you'd have a break, and then you'd put your opinion in there. And it was just constantly firing between, like, I think it was like 12, 15 of us.
Gotcha.
So by the end of the day, now apparently we set the wrong precedents too, because people looking from the outside thought that we were just fucking around, when really we were getting a shit ton of work done.
Got it.
Yeah. So you've been on teams like that.
Yes.
Yeah. It's weird. It's fun. It's where you want to be.
Yes. That's why you always have to under promise and over deliver.
Yes.
So that people don't expect for when you actually get your work done at a normal pace.
Yeah. Yes. Life pro tip, kids. Think my niece and nephew are listening right now. Life pro tip.
Did you ever see Tiffany in White Collar? I was like, whoa, what happened to the hot babe?
No. What is White Collar?
Can't remember which network it was on, but it was a TV show.
It was a TV show?
I think it was it TBS or TNT, one of those two?
Am I spelling it wrong?
Whitey? Yeah, yeah. With
it's the only Apple product I have a little bit of an issue with.
USA. That's what it was.
That makes sense. They're keyboards. They're the zero resistance ones. No, I haven't seen White Collar. Yeah, it was one of those. Was this the private doctor that was like living in like Connecticut and was trying to get all the speed addicted rich people off of speed?
Same network as Burn Notice. Yeah, same network as Burn Notice. Now, did it come on before or after Raw? Because if it did, I'm not watching either time of that. So
Yeah, no. The only thing on USA Network that I'm watching at that time is Raw. Loved her in White Collar, still smoking hot in my opinion. Goddamn right she was. Still hot. She's still hot to this day. She needs to be in more things. Just my opinion.
Did you hear? Now, because we've already gone off the rails. Did you hear about Dave Bautista in his comments on his movie choices, saying that he does not want to be in a movie with either John Cena or The Rock?
Really?
Yes.
I did not.
He apparently feels like that his choices of where he wants to go with his acting is above them.
Is above them?
Well, in terms of the movies they do, he doesn't want to just do action movies, apparently. I'm pretty sure The Rock has done his fair share of dramas. Some good, some not so good. You can't really put those guys in a drama movie, though. They don't have the drama look, if you would say. It's like putting Channing Tatum in a drama movie as well, too. It's not a drama person.
I think it'd be interesting just based off of looks how Batista would do in a drama. But I mean, it's
the same. It's the same thing. Like when we watched The Rock in Snitch, and it's like it was Snitch. His son was in trouble. And he was doing yeah. He was truck driver.
Yeah,
doing the work for FBI or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, you're a big guy, but you're getting beat up by these small dudes. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
What's the one where he was his brother was killed and he was killing off everybody who was responsible for it? Where he had that gun that shot the 50 cows. Fucking A.
God, what, The Drive?
No. Was it Drive? God damn it. Chad, help us out here. Because that movie was fucking amazing.
Yes. But that wasn't a
traditional action movie.
I wouldn't say that was a drama per se.
He does well in dramatic action movies because Walk Tall was amazing.
Yeah.
And Gridiron Gang was fantastic.
Still watch that movie to this day.
Oh my god, it's one of I have a running list of sports movies that my future children will have to know by heart. Gridiron Gang and Rudy and Miracle.
But Rudy is, come on, it's a little false.
Only a little. Gridiron Gang is also a little false.
Gridiron Gang was based on the true story. They just couldn't use real names.
I don't think all of it was true.
It was like the documentary was. It was almost fact for the documentary.
Real? Okay, I haven't seen the documentary. I didn't know there was a documentary.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe Rudy, just because, come on, historical significance.
But he wasn't 5'2".
Right, he was like 6'2".
Yeah,
he was a beast. But Miracle.
Okay, yeah.
Miracle is absolutely one of them.
Yeah.
Shit, this is actually a good topic. What sports
are
movies?
All these movies Disney movies too?
I mean, I think they are now.
No, because Gridiron. Well, no, Gridiron wasn't Disney, but Rudy was.
Rudy's a Disney
is
movie.
It? No. Miracle is.
Yeah, Miracle's definitely a Disney movie. Fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Mighty Ducks.
Disney movie. Still a great movie. Still a great movie.
Yeah. I had a God damn it.
To me, D2 is the best. You can fight me over it, but I mean the Quack Attack is back, Jack.
I'm not gonna fight you over it. My favorite. I'm not gonna say it's the best. My favorite is D3.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
That one is trash.
No, it's not.
So trash.
It's so good.
No,
it gets campy at the end when they change the name from the Warriors to the Ducks.
It's so trash.
But it's a good drama.
No, it's trash.
It's good, man.
Rewatch
it again.
We're getting hazed by the college kids because that's what happens.
They're not college kids. This is high school. It's private high school.
No, it's college.
No, it was a private high school.
Oh, whatever. See, that's how much I remember it because it was fucking trash.
Oh, it was good. It was. Oh, I enjoyed it.
At least D2, they were playing for country.
But in D2, you took a team that had like 2 good seasons and then made them your junior winter games team.
Yeah, why not?
Because they were only good for like 2 seasons.
You got Gordon Bombay as your coach.
Gordon Bombay won shit at this time. He wasn't the Minnesota Miracle Man yet.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't. He became the Minnesota Miracle Man after D2.
Well, because of his... Well, okay.
He went back to the pros.
Yeah, they had a winning season. He went back to the pros, and then he came back.
Yes, and look, I like D2. I like D2. But if we're going to talk about ridiculousness...
Come on.
You can't...
Come on.
What's funny about that too is that there's like a fact on IMDb that talks about how technically that's one of like the few truly illegal moves.
What, the knuckle puck or them changing jerseys? Because that was illegal as well too. You can't just change your jersey out with your other teammate.
Just change your fucking jersey.
Be like, no, get the goalie.
Third period. Yeah. Also, it takes goalies like a clean 10 minutes to put their pads on. Like, they would have seen this coming. But no, he comes out of his zone. He gets he trades sticks. He takes his helmet off. And then he does the knuckle puck. There's 3 moves in that are just highly illegal in hockey.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Remember the Titans?
Yes. Oh, classic.
Yeah,
Disney movie.
Yeah.
Classic, though.
Classic.
Yeah.
Definitely one of it. My children will know that movie.
Yes.
Whether they love it or hate it, I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
Will know it by heart. First, movie's going to start coming on, and the narrator, the daughter, is going to start talking. And immediately my kids are just going to go, ugh. Again. I'm going to come running into the rooms. Do you believe in miracles? Do? Because I do. And they'll be like, Dad, shut up.
Jesus.
Blowing people's eardrums out now. God. Yes, I got a running list.
Okay.
There's also a list of things, speaking of lists, a list of ridiculous facts that I'm teaching my youngest niece. And the first one is vampires cannot enter your home unless invited.
Yes, that is true, and everybody should know that because vampires could be real, and if you're just inviting people into your home and they're a vampire, you're fucked.
Yeah. You know what's also funny about that too? Not to make this get too real, but that also works when you teach them that because then they're just not going to invite cops into a house.
Yes.
Especially when you're having a party with people who are under the age of 21 and suddenly there's a cop at your front door for the first time ever and last time ever and somebody's like, absolutely, come on in.
Oh, we're looking at you, HG. Leave it at initials.
We love you.
We love you.
God damn it.
But damn it, White Joe.
That was a rough night. A rough fucking night. Oh, man. Yeah, and second one is teaching her about when she wants to get old enough to date, the differences between people who play instruments and bands.
Oh, God. Jesus.
Just always know the singer and the guitarist. Now, not my singer and guitarists. Those 3 are stand-up people, and I love you guys. But generally speaking, they're both going to think that the relationship is more about them. The bassist going to think the relationship is more about you. And the drummer is just never going to be quiet. I would say what the piano player does, but I've never had a piano player in band.
No keyboards?
No keyboards.
Huh.
No.
Okay.
We need to do keyboards. If you can't play it on a stringed instrument or whack it with a stick, don't need you.
I mean, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, man.
Yes. Yeah,
we got way off topic.
We did.
This is fun. Chat, are you guys having fun? Because we're getting near the end.
Oh,
this may actually be one of our shorter ones.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe one of our shorter ones.
Okay.
Because we had a list ready to go, but we're not gonna jump into that right now.
Yeah. No, it'll take us way over time.
Yeah. Speaking of which, if you guys have any ideas for lists or subjects or things that you'd like us to discuss and discuss with y'all, let us know. Put it in the comments.
Pro-life tip. Stay away from musicians. Ooh, that one's got a sting. Damn.
So I'm the fat fella himself, Matt Jones. This has been Jay Spoon, Josh Weatherspoon. Yeah, this has been the Arena of Audacity.
So much fun. Perfect. Well, we'll like the fat fella Matt Jones has said, jump on the Instagram. We'll probably set up a Discord here sooner or later, because we are going to be starting to get into some more overarching stuff for this channel.
We got plans.
Putting up more videos, not doing live stuff every time we put up a video, but this will stay live in terms of the podcast. But other things would be recorded and put out on a structured schedule.
Yep. More Audacity for you to check out. Wednesday is 6:30-ish. Still the plan to keep going live.
Yep.
But we got ideas. We got plans. We got things that we want to evolve and grow. So tell your friends. Tell your loved ones. Even tell musicians. We're cool with them. But yeah,
It's getting rough.
once again, like, subscribe, comment, do all the good stuff. I have been the fat fella himself, Matt Jones. That has been Jay Spoon, Josh Weatherspoon. This has been the Arena of Audacity. Y'all take it easy.
Have a happy and safe 4th of July.
Yes.